I elected anyway, because I'm president, I can do this. To pause this, because I too want to see what the study out of San Luis County shows us. And then we can go from there. Now, keeping in mind that that study is going to show something. We all want public outreach. This entire board wants public outreach. But keep in mind, for that public outreach to occur from the Pomo to northern to, San Luis Obispo, that takes cash. Put those meetings together to bring in the right equipment, to bring in the time for everybody involved to have that public outreach meeting. Port San Luis does not have the money to fund public outreach meetings. San Luis County may have the money, and we can go ask them. But to be truly involved with the Port San Luis Harbor District people, that grant money would be necessary to have all those public outreach meetings so we can see what we're doing. And then we can also make a decision at that time as well. Okay, we're having public outreach, there's more questions. We've all talked about making the best decision we can with the information that we can receive. That information is going to take studies. So nobody's saying, yes, we want, and as we're calling it, which, I think it's a long name, but we'll go up industrial port. What does that truly entail at Port San Luis? We've seen examples of something that's incredibly large, Long Beach. Yeah, Long Beach won't work here. We all know that. But do we know what will and what won't work here? That's what we need, information for. So let's get the study out of San Luis. Let's see what that tells us. Then we can see, okay, we do need public outreach to study this closer. Well, to study it closer, we're going to have to spend money. That money, yeah, it's our state tax money. It's coming from California. Here it is. You want to use it for that to study to see if this is going to work. Okay, then we can make that decision. Now, there's no timeline right now on this grant. So we get a little time to sit back, to see what we can learn, to see what studies are necessary. And then personally, I have a question about the grant itself. Can that grant money, there's a lot of money out there, if we decide, hey, we really don't want to use it to study a feasibility study for operation and maintenance for San Luis. Well, can I use that money for grant money? Can I study solar? Can I study wave energy? Is there another avenue I might be able to take for that grant money? I don't know that answer yet. So let's study that grant a little closer. Let's ask some questions about that grant money on what we really can utilize it for if we can go another direction with our tax money, grant money. Okay, let's go from there. So at that point in time, I'm still going to make the motion that we pause this indefinitely until the public and the port. We have not seen any studies either. Okay, there really hasn't been any by CET that we hired. They were just getting ready to contract people to go out and do studies. Everything slowed down. Matt McDonald out of San Luis County, their study is going to be complete. Yeah. You tell us when, County. We've all heard it. Down the road. Hey, maybe January, February, March. We don't know. But let's get that study so we can all look at it together and then move forward on what we want to do with that grant money. So I'm going to make the motion that we postpone accepting this grant money at this time to be determined to a future date. Do I have a second?
I'm sorry, President Brady.
Go ahead.
You stated in your motion to postpone accepting the grant. I want to clarify, do you mean postpone consideration of whether to accept
Well, yeah.
or not accept?
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah. Postpone consideration of accepting the grant at a date to be determined, there again, once we get some information. So, got
Second.
second? Give me a roll call, please.
Commissioner Scangarello? Commissioner Besley?
Yes.
Commissioner Brandon?
Yes.
Commissioner Backle? Commissioner Bennett?
Okay, there you go.